Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, in this video, I'm going to be covering the stock market. I'm going to be covering a different view of the stock market that I've done for the last few days. And I'll also be covering silver and gold as well too. And some really important things that I've been mentioning over the last few days when it comes to the stock market and silver and gold. That's really important for you to grasp when looking at and trading these markets, okay? And it's really important to do that. Before I start, guys, I've been running a free trial to my Master Trader Lab, and if you decide to stay a member, then it's only $6.99 per month, and you can cancel anytime. I'm taking away the free trial and the price is going up. So if you're interested in testing out the entire Master Trader Lab, and if you do want to lock in that low price of $6.99 per month, and you can cancel anytime, you get something like, I don't know, something like $5,000 worth of courses in there as well too. So anyway, check that out. You'll be able to see the link in the description or just down there, mastertraderlab.com. Grab your free trial today. Test it all out. If you're not happy, let me know, and you'll never be billed. So, okay. So one thing I want to share with you in this video here is this. Okay, the stock market. Over the last week or two, I've been saying that, you know, is this a head and shoulder pattern? Is this a head and shoulder pattern? Is this a head and shoulder formation? What is this here right now? Okay, because you never really know. And I've been saying for the last week or so that I'm expecting to see more downside, but what do we need to see for confirmation? Okay, what do we need to see for more confirmation? We need to see a break below here. Now, this is where it's really interesting to see with a lot of the traders in the chat box, okay? Because why do I say that we need to see a break below here for that to tell me we're now likely to see more downside? It's because we're breaking a low here, okay? And what I've been doing for the last few days is have been looking at small picture, big picture, small picture, big picture. So I've only been looking at daily chart, which is the small picture. It's also really important to keep an eye on the weekly chart. Now, why have I always been saying for the last few weeks, we need to see a close below 25,500, this low here, in order for that to start to set itself? Why have I been saying that? Well, it's really simple. If we go look at that weekly chart here, okay? Go look at that weekly chart. Now, yes, I was actually expecting. So this is the differences between expecting and waiting for confirmation. I never trade based on what I think, hope, or fear, by the way, guys. So when I'm doing these analysis in these videos, guess what? If I say, well, it looks like it's going to drop, I don't trade that, okay? There's differences between analysis of a market and what it looks like it may do, and having a proven plan. Okay, they're completely separate things, by the way, guys. If you don't realize, if you're involved with these markets, you're like, get in now before it's too late. You're gambling. Okay, well, it looks like it's going to go up, so we should buy right now. That's gambling, guys. Okay, if you're a trader of these markets, you're actively trading. Trading is, you're trying to generate an income from this. Then you must have some sort of proven pattern, proven setup for you to follow, and not just trying to wing it or guess it or get lucky. Okay. So why have I been saying with the stock market over the last few days, we need to see a close below that low through there, okay? Because again, like, and I even said in yesterday's video, I don't know, this, you know, is this right now, is this like a resting phase before we start to see another drop down there, okay? You know, and I was also saying that this actually could be some sort of head and shoulder formation, which it still could be right now. But we need to wait for the market to tell us that it's topping out, and not for us to say that it's topping out. Okay? And the reason why I've been saying again and again and again, and this is so important for you to understand, we need to see a close below that 25,500 is because that's the low there. The market is telling us what's going on right now, okay? And so right now, what are we looking at through here? We have what on this weekly chart? We have low, higher low, and now this could be some sort of higher low through here. So that's why I've been saying on the daily chart, if we get a close below that level there, then that could then start to spell more downside. Until then, you know, we don't know, right? But the buyers have been doing what? Low, higher, high, higher, low. So the buyers are still stepping up. And that's why I've been saying, is this one big major topping pattern? Is this one big topping pattern? Now, again, I'm not saying this is bullish or bearish right now because it's neither here or there, okay? It's just this here is not bullish or bearish in the markets. Okay, it's not. It's right now we're getting a lot of bullish activity on the weekly chart, but it's, you know, but overall we're not getting a lot of bullish or bearish at it, right? Because we're not really breaking up or out. So this still could roll over through here, but that's just me guessing. What the market is telling me right now, is that we have a low, high, higher low, higher high, and this still could be some sort of higher low through here. That's what I was saying, is that, you know, and that's where it gets a bit tricky, right? Because you're like, okay, and you're just doing your analysis, right? Okay, this could be some sort of false breakout. We had a low through here. If we start to break below the low, etc., etc., etc. Make sense? So I hope that makes sense. And also, when you're doing analysis, it's also important to look at that higher time frame. I always tell my private clients, keep an eye on that higher time frame, because the higher time frame is telling you what's going on. Okay. Now, yes, I actually, this red candle here, I actually did a video that day saying, you know what, I'm actually expecting to see some follow through. It didn't follow through. Okay, I got it wrong. Whatever. Okay. I didn't trade that, by the way. I just said that with that selling, and we had volume there, it looked like it was going to follow through. It actually did it, right? And that's why it's so important, right, to wait for confirmation to see at least a close below there to get some significant selling. So I hope that clears it up, guys. The reason why I've been saying wait, you know, is it going to break up? Is it going to break down? We don't know. If it is going to start to break down, then we start to see more selling. But as you can see, right, we're still making these low, higher, high, higher, low, you know, and yes, guys, like there has been times when I really thought, okay, this could be the start of a big down move to come. You know what? And it wasn't. And it absolutely wasn't. Yes, I know I got it wrong. You know, to me, it was never about getting it right or wrong. And that's what I was saying before, guys. When I do these analysis and these videos here, it's just me analyzing the markets, okay? Analyzing what I'm seeing here. And then like today, right, coming back to basics, okay, what's that long-term picture saying? To explain to you why I've been saying we need to see close below and so on and so forth. Make sense? So always keep an eye on that higher time frame chart. Now, moving on through to something that I've been saying for the last week, and I even did a video on this, and some people are just sheep. Okay, they're sheep, and what do sheep do? They follow everyone else. Oh, you're going there, let me go there too. Oh, you're doing this, oh, let me do this too. Oh, you're taking a chocolate cake, let me have a chocolate cake too. Oh, you like bananas, I like bananas too. Oh, you like gold, I like gold too. Right? And so I've been saying for the last week that just be patient and don't be trading based on FOMO. You guys know, right? Without me looking at any market, if you trade based on FOMO, fear of missing out after the market's moved, what is the probability of that position actually working out? Yes, you may do well, right? Maybe 1 or 2 out of 10. 80% of the time, you're not likely to do well. Now, what happened with gold and silver today? What happened with gold today? Right, we ran up. I knew this was likely to be some sort of false breakout because this up bar here wasn't enough time. Now we're starting to reverse through here. So if we have a look at, let's go look at the GLD here, and silver's actually even worse, right? This is the GLD. Now we're actually starting to roll over through here. And if I bring up my volume, let me bring up this chart here, my volume, we're starting to get a pretty strong selling volume here. Now I've been saying that on that weekly chart, okay, this is the weekly chart here. I've been saying on this weekly chart, we've been going up for so much time that I'm expecting some sort of a pullback. So don't be such a rush to rush into these markets. Don't be, oh, gotta get in now before I miss out. I'm getting antsy. I even saw a comment like that. It's like, oh, I knew we're getting very close to this top of this move right now. Okay, and as you can see, right, what's been happening today? We're starting to get a little bit of a pullback. Okay, now I do believe that this could be the start of a pullback, not a change in trend, not a bear market, but just a nice healthy pullback that I've been expecting over this last week to see in gold and silver, and then from that we can get another good entry, because I do believe we have started a long-term bull market. So if you're investing in gold and silver, this has nothing to do with you. Okay, if you haven't gotten into a position in gold and silver and you're looking for a good time, then be patient. Over the next maybe couple of weeks, maybe month or two, you're going to get another good opportunity to get into it when it dips quite nice and low, and then we can go for another rip. Okay, be patient. If you haven't gotten into gold and silver and you want to put a portion, not a while lower position, but a portion, that's what we need to look at there. Okay. Just remember that, because if you're putting 100% of your account into just one thing, that is the worst thing that you can ever do. Now, for me personally, I traded the SLV. So I traded the SLV, so I got in, got out within 2 to 5 days. But I also have a long-term investing position on gold. I've been in that now for pretty much this entire year. Okay. And so this pullback here, I'm expecting it, but it's like I don't get. It's a long-term investing position. It's not like a trading position. Okay. And it's so important that you separate from each other. If you're trading the markets, make sure you're doing analysis based on trading the markets. Okay, you're looking for a good time to get in, manage that position, so on and so forth. If you're investing in the markets, make sure that you have your other things in place. If you're investing, and you're not worried about the day by day movement. Okay, now looking at silver's even worse, right? Look at silver, big rally up, and then I'm just like, oh, I don't know. I'm expecting to see a pullback soon. We did get a big rally up, and look what happened today. Completely, almost 100% retraced it. Look what happened with the actual SLV price. Now, if you guys remember, right? I did a video, I think it was yesterday or the day before, saying, oh my goodness, I cannot believe I left over 100% return on my trade. Okay, if you guys remember that, I did that video, right? I left over 100% extra on my trade. But I said I didn't really care, because I did my job and I made a really good return on this trade. But as you can see, right, I actually got into the trade here. If I stayed in this trade and got greedy and tried to hold on, guess what? Guess where we are right now? And it's just a big down day. Now, if you look at that weekly chart once again on silver, guess what? Same thing. Look at that. Oh, look at that. We've got one. Look at that silver rejection there. Okay. Now, once again, a pullback, guys, is healthy, right? This whole big move is not sustainable all 100% of the time. No. So for you guys that are in the chat box saying, buy now, you're a fool. It's like, come on, guys, be smart, okay? And please, if you are not in positions and you want to get into a trade, don't listen to the herd. Just be smart about the markets. Wait for a really good time, because I promise you that most people out there are getting slaughtered because they're doing that exact same thing. They're jumping into silver and gold right now, because that's what the market does. It's called a sucker rally. Sucker rally, that's the term for it, okay? There's a thing called a sucker rally. When do sucker rallies happen? After the market has already made a big move, right? Makes a big move, goes sideways, sucker rally, and then it reverses, and then it continues up, right? Goes down, sideways for a while, and then sucker rally. That's after the market's gone down for quite some time. So it's called a sucker rally. So with silver, yes, I believe we've started a long-term bull market. If you haven't gotten into silver and gold, and you want to put a portion of your account into silver and gold, then once again, I do believe that you're likely to see I do believe you're likely to see over the next couple of months some sort of nice healthy pullback, and once that happens, we can get into it, and then probably likely to see a nice move to the upside. Make sense? So that's what you want to do there, and that's what I've been seeing there. And you can, like the SLV, right, just big down bar, and all that with the volume there as well too. So again, we've just been going up too high too fast. And I've been saying, don't chase the market, don't chase the market, don't chase the market. I've been saying that the whole week. FOMO, FOMO. Don't chase the market, all right? And things are getting absolutely slaughtered today. Like you can see, like the SILJ, was down almost 7% today. Like look at the, like JNUG was down almost JNUG was down 16% today. The GDX was down almost 6% today. No, that was GDXJ. The GDX again down over 5% today, because we've been going up quite some time, guys. So again, expect a nice healthy pullback. Look at that higher time frame. Look at that there. So to see something like this happen, bring it on. For me personally, I'm saying bring it on, because I really like I like the GDXJ, those sort of markets, GDXJ, gold, silver. I personally like those markets, based on where we're heading over the next couple of years, and based on what we've been doing technically as well too, from a technical standpoint of it, plus a cycle standpoint of it. So I'm not a bear in the gold stocks and gold and silver and gold, guys. I am not a bear. What am I? I'm just a smart investor that I understand, because I have lost so much money in the past at times Thankfully, I made a lot more money back, but I've lost so much money at times where I've done the wrong thing, where I've chased and chased and chased, and instead of just sitting back, sitting back and then waiting for a couple months, waiting for a really good opportunity, getting in and right. I guarantee you've been there before, right? You're like, man, I wish, the whole analogy, I just wish I didn't trade at all this month, right? Some of you guys are saying that right now. I wish I didn't trade this month, right? Or I just want if I can just get back to break even, it'll be so good. It'll be so good. If I can just get back to break even, makes sense? And so that's what trading is all about. That's what looking at these markets all about. And so that's what, guys, I'm not a bear. What I am is just a realist about these markets, and that if we go up for quite some time, look at any chart that goes pretty vertical, like we're seeing in a lot of these metals, silver, gold, stocks, and silver and gold and silver. When you see vertical action, what do you see pretty much straight away afterwards? Look at Bitcoin, look at natural gas, look at these markets, they do that. Now, yes, they can keep going up, but the higher they keep going up in that vertical action, the sharper the pullback. Again, look what happened with Bitcoin, right? It pretty much spent a whole year going vertical, and then it spent another 2 or 3 years completely 100% retracing that. So if you are a bull in the GDX, you actually don't want to see this thing continue going up and up and up and up. You want to see some balancing in the markets. You want to see a nice, healthy pullback. It's like, we're not in that danger bubble territory. But what is really dangerous is when you start to see when the market just starts to go pretty vertical like it did here, and then guess what? And then you see a very, very sharp pullback through there. Makes sense? And look at it. This vertical move is so much stronger than we actually had back in 2016. So a nice, healthy pullback in this, what I believe is the start of a bull market, is a good thing. And I'm really excited for that because because I was waiting for GDX and GDXJ and stuff like that. I was waiting to see a first leg for the market to show me that we're now likely to start a bull market. Once we start to have a bit of a pullback, then yeah, you better believe I'm going to start to look to get into some of these ETFs, GDX, GDXJ, stuff like that. I'm going to start to look to get into that for some more longer term stuff in my portfolio as well too. Right, because the way that I look at the market, I have two different types of accounts. I have one account that I just have where where I'm just doing more longer term stuff. Where I have like a couple of year time frame. So that either means I'm just buying maybe the ETF or the stock or whatever it is. So that's the longer term stuff, or I'm just buying a couple of years worth of options, and then letting that thing go for a couple of years. Makes sense? I prefer, for me personally, I prefer to do the options, because if I put like 10% of my portfolio into, say, silver or gold, right now, it's actually a bit over 10% is actually in the GDX, but I've got a long-term option. That's actually an option trade. I've got a long-term option. And by the way, that thing is doing phenomenal right now, but I don't really care about the price because I know what's going to happen. The fluctuation is going to happen. Okay. So it depends on what you're looking at there and what you're doing. But guys, be excited about this, right? Be excited about a nice, healthy pullback, because for you guys that are in these markets right now and you have been experiencing some gains, don't be surprised to see a nice, healthy pullback. But again, it's not a change in trend. It is a nice movement, and getting a nice movement to the upside, and that nice, healthy pullback is probably going to be the reset that it needs to build up the energy it needs to start to get those buyers back in, to start to see this thing moving up big time. Make sense? So I hope that really helps you out, guys. Also, guys, just before I finish this video, I'm running my next Platinum event in December this year. It's the first week of December, where you come and live with me for a week. I bring a private chef in. You actually live in the same house as me. I only take 5 people. And throughout the whole week, I'm trading all the different markets, Forex markets. I'm trading the stock market, options, stuff like that. You're actually watching me do that live in front of you. And then when it's quiet, I'm also teaching you everything about chart reading, trading systems, what I look for, management, and all that sort of stuff as well too, for the whole week. It's just total immersion for 5 people. You live with me. If you're interested in doing that, attending that, again, it's the first week in December this year, then just email me at howtrader@gmail.com. howtrader@gmail.com. We'll set up a time to talk, and then I'll talk about the pricing, and I'll also talk about whether it's a good fit for you, and whether it's a good fit for me as well too. So if you're interested in that, guys, then just email me. I'll be happy to have a chat with you about that. Again, if you want to come and live with me in a house for a whole week, I bring a private chef in, and we do nothing but markets the whole day. Forex market, stock market, intraday, long-term swing trading, long-term investing, short-term investing, day, couple of day trading type thing. 2-minute chart trading, day trading, all that sort of stuff. You'll see me do all that sort of stuff, from a 2-minute chart from the Forex market and futures market up to a daily or weekly chart on the stock market, looking at options as well too. So if you're interested in actually living with me for a whole week, then just email me at howtrader@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to have you talk to you about that. Again, I only can take 5 people because it's actually a house. You live with me. So have a great day, guys, and I'll see you next time. Hey traders, before you go, make sure you head on down to johnsfreegift.com, because I'm giving away a brand new trading course. It's 10 videos long, over 12 hours long. We've got the foundations, we've got chart reading strategies, we've got a couple of different trading systems there, the mindset, the differences between people who do really well and people who don't do well, and so much more. If you're struggling with your trading right now, then you need to get access to this trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now to get free access to this complete trading course right now.